It's now my pleasure to introduce our student speaker. Our speaker describes herself as driven by a passion for life and for learning. Already possessing a master's degree and serving as a practicing CPA with PricewaterhouseCoopers, our speaker decided that she wanted to switch gears from her accounting work and develop knowledge and expertise in the field of learning, exploring questions about how individuals learn, how they learn in groups, and how organizations change. Among other accomplishments, she headed in this new professional direction. She was instrumental in helping to lead the successful launch of the first corporate massive open online course, or MOOC. So our speaker was already an advanced degreed, accomplished professional when she arrived at GGU to further her new career in organizational development and change management. Today, our speaker will receive her Master's of Arts in Industrial Organizational Psychology. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct honor and great pleasure to introduce to you the speaker for the Golden Gate University's graduating class of 2017, Mai Tran.
Hey guys. Wow. Members of the Board of Trustees, President Fike, alumni, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, family, friends, and to my fellow graduates, good morning. What a day today. I am so honored to be your student commencement speaker for this amazing celebration. There are over 300 of us graduates sitting here today. What an accomplishment that is. To my fellow graduates, we've done it. We're here, despite what President Fike just said. As we reflect on our journey that brought us here today, I'm sure a flood of memories comes back to you from these past few years at GGU. Today, we may remember the many, many nights in the library, or studying on the weekends, or even missing out on some social activities. But really, you will probably forget about that. You will probably forget that formula that you memorized, that term that you defined, or even that quiz that you may not have done so well on. The memories that you will take for the long term will be the ones that had the greatest impact to you. What was that memory for you? I actually asked one of my fellow graduates that same question, and she told me, Mai, I'm gonna really miss all the great people that I had in class, and I'm gonna really miss all our regular psychology club meetings. So what is it for you? Was it that aha moment that you got when you finally understood that complex or confusing formula? Or maybe it was in that study group where you were really learning more about each other rather than the course material, and doing it over Chipotle or Super Duper, which are actually dangerously right around the corner from campus. I'd actually like to take this time to share my aha moment, because it was a memory that I will never forget from GGU. It just so happens that my fondest memory happens to be my most embarrassing one, and I'm gonna share it with you. So let's flash back to 2015. I had just started my coursework in psychology, and it was actually Professor Jeff Yergler's diversity course. One unlike one I've ever taken before. Raw, uncomfortable, and so real, all at the same time. It was in that course that we peeled back the subconscious layers of guardedness and defense mechanisms that we use to protect ourselves from pain and danger, and to really, really understand the pervasive injustices that exist in our world today. Growing up as an Asian American woman from Texas, exposed to racism, microaggressions on a regular basis, and an overwhelming feeling that I was different from the majority, and that somehow being different was bad. Everything in our course was so eye-opening for me. It made sense of all my experiences, and it also showed me that I was not alone in feeling this way. All of this learning was for the purpose of one day being able to make stronger connections with an open mind and an open heart to the diversity that exists in our society today, and to help others make those same strong connections. So after a semester of these types of learnings, Jeff asked us, what were your takeaways from my class? What'd you learn? I dreaded this question. I did not want him to call on me. I didn't want him to call my name. But sure enough, Jeff did. And when he did, I couldn't keep it all in. I literally could not keep it all in, and I just started sobbing uncontrollably. And why? It was because for the first time in my life, I felt like I could overcome the fear of being myself. To know that being different is not just okay, but really appreciated and valued exactly for that difference, and that my voice matters. It was in the safety of my class at GGU that for once I felt strong enough to be myself and to just be me. So after class, I was mortified. Despite this newfound courage I had to speak up, I couldn't quite get over that I had just cried. I mean, who cries in class? Who does that? So I went home and told my then boyfriend and now husband, darling, I love you. And I told him I was just so embarrassed. I'm not going back to school. I can't do it. I'm the girl that cried in class. No one's going to want to be my friend anymore. Oh, thank you. And so the next day, I actually received a note from Jeff, my professor. April 6th, 2015. Thank you for the gift that is you. You are powerful and influential beyond your wildest dreams. You gave us all a gift last night, your coming out party. And what a party it was. I did everything I could to contain myself and to honor your tears. The future is yours, Mai. What's so powerful about who you are becoming is that there are so many other voices and hearts that are waiting to be liberated through your courage. Help them. Stay connected, and my very best to you. This note sits at my desk every day at work and is a reminder of what I live by each day. At that moment, I realized that this education at this institution changed me. It made me brave and at the same time more humbled. To summarize the experience, I'd like to quote the legendary musician Bob Dylan, who just accepted his Nobel Peace Prize. Some people feel the rain, others just get wet. Some people feel the rain, others just get wet. Graduates, we have the ability to use our gifts and knowledge that we've gained here to make a difference in this world. to make it better for just that one person because of you, just like Professor Yergler did for me. We have the power, the privilege, and the responsibility to share the gift of education with the world. Your gift may be that tax return that might not have otherwise been filed. It may be that financial analysis that you do that prevented your company to make a bad business decision. Or it may be that suicide that you prevented through your therapy and counseling. In any case, it is the gift that you bring that will truly define the investment that you've made these past few years. More than ever, with our changing economy and political environment, it is so important that our learning does not stop here. Continue to be a lifelong learner and make an impact with everything that you do. I shared with you a couple examples of words that I live by. I'd like to challenge you to think, what quotes will you live by? What will drive you to be the best version of yourself in this next chapter of your life? I'll leave you with a couple more. Feel free to borrow of any of these if you'd like. From a university provost and Muhammad Ali, respectively, the risk of inaction is far too great. And when someone tells you that something is impossible, remember, impossible is not a fact, it is an opinion. Lastly, one of my wise professors, George Romanko, once quoted from John Lewis, "If not you, then who? And if not now, then when?" To the graduating class of 2017, now is our time. Don't just get wet, feel the rain. Congratulations and thank you.